Mark Buddle, leader of the Comancheros bikie gang, ruled over a vast drug empire and indulged in opulent living. However, a past incident from 2010 resurfaced, compelling him to live a fugitive existence. Ironically, it wasn't his criminal endeavors, but rather a seemingly trivial act by British tourists, specifically slapping his wife's behind, that led to his downfall. This encapsulates the trajectory of Mark Buddle's life. Let's delve into it. Born in Maroubra, Australia in 1984, he encountered adversity early on, leading him towards a criminal path, including juvenile detention. Aligning himself with the infamous Comancheros at 21, known for their involvement in drug trafficking and other illicit activities, he harbored ambitions of rising through the ranks. In March 2009, a pivotal event shook the gang's hierarchy when Mick Howie, then leader, was apprehended for his role in a high-profile altercation at the airport, creating a power vacuum subsequently filled by Duax Ngakuru as the new Supreme Commander. While this transition offered a potential chance for Mark to rise in the gang's ranks, his opportunity had yet to materialize, overshadowed by other pressing matters. In the early hours of Monday, June 7, 2010, 59-year-old Gary Allibon embarked on his cash-in-transit shift, leaving a note for his wife Monica before joining a colleague to refill the Commonwealth Bank ATM with $300,000. Their routine was shattered when armed assailants burst in, demanding they raise their hands, and despite compliance, Gary was fatally shot in the back. The assailants fled with Gary's firearm to a waiting silver Audi S8, leaving Monica to discover the devastating news of her husband's death on television just hours after he departed for work. Despite swift medical attention, Gary succumbed to his injuries shortly after arriving at the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital, marking the tragic end of his 25-year marriage and career just 8 months shy of retirement. The burned-out remains of the Audi were later found near the Comancheros clubhouse, prompting a $100,000 reward for information leading to the assailants. Detective Acting Superintendent Grant Taylor emphasized the malicious nature of the crime, stating Gary Allibon complied with demands and was executed in cold blood. Shortly before 1 a.m. on December 29, 2010, emergency services responded to a distress call reporting a significant blaze engulfing Coogee Inc., a tattoo parlor on Coogee Bay Road. Flames prompted the evacuation of nearly 30 neighboring residents, startled awake by police urging them to leave. Fortunately, firefighters subdued the inferno without casualties, but subsequent investigations revealed the deliberate nature of the attack, implicating the proprietors, Duax, Mark, and an associate, at the center of the assault, highlighting tensions between the Comancheros and their adversaries. The rivalry between the gangs likely initiated in 2008 with an explosion targeting leader Allan Sarkis' vehicle, suspected as a retaliatory strike by the Comancheros. Following escalating hostilities over 2 years, authorities speculated the Coogee Inc. fire might have been a reprisal by the notorious motorcycle club, yet no individuals have faced prosecution. Supreme Commander Duax Ngakuru's departure from Australia to Turkey in 2011 left a leadership vacuum in the Comancheros, which Mark seized to ascend to the position of Supreme Commander, solidifying his authority even within his own family with an unwavering stance. On December 18, 2011, chaos erupted at the Spearmint Rhino Gentlemen's Club on King Street, just 10 minutes before 3 a.m., where Mark and 3 companions were present. Identified by his white attire, Mark engaged in a heated exchange allegedly provoked by derogatory remarks about his mother, leading to a violent confrontation lasting 2 minutes. Mark was later apprehended during a dawn raid by the anti-bikie police unit, Strikeforce Raptor, admitting guilt to charges including affray and assault, awaiting final sentencing while at liberty. However, Mark's tenure as Supreme Commander of the Comancheros was tumultuous, marked by internal strife resulting in tragedies, including the demise of Faalau Pisu and a shooting incident involving his cousin John Devine, portraying a situation in disarray. In 2013, the Comancheros established a new chapter in Sydney's southern region, led by Mohammed Hijazi, potentially set to assume the role of Supreme Commander amid Mark's intermittent incarcerations. However, on January 6, 2014, Mark faced arrest once more on the Gold Coast in Queensland, stemming from an outstanding warrant related to the Spearmint Rhino brawl and threats against a Queensland police officer and their family in 2012. Despite appeals, Mark received a sentence of at least 9 months in prison with an additional 6 months of parole, expressing commitment to his children and plans to marry his girlfriend upon release. However, just 5 days after completing his latest parole in July 2015, Mark faced another arrest, embarking on a departure from Australia aboard a chartered Bel Air B-20 King with his girlfriend and daughter, intending for a dream getaway culminating in a surprise marriage proposal on the beaches of Noumea, only to face an unexpected turn upon landing at Newcastle Airport for refueling and passport inspection. Australian Border Force officers intervened, halting the plane and uncovering over $60,000 of undeclared Australian currency stashed in multiple bags aboard the aircraft. Subsequently, police charged Mark with money laundering and failure to report the transportation of $10,000 or more out of Australia, with Mark shifting blame to his girlfriend, raising eyebrows. Mark endured a 2-month stint in jail before securing release once again, while 6 years after Gary Allibon's fatal shooting during the ATM robbery, police disclosed Mark as a person of interest, speculated to prompt his permanent departure from Australia, causing further upheaval within the Comancheros, and sparking a power vacuum and rift among members. In early 2017, a dispute between Bazzi, Mark's trusted associate, and another senior Comancheros member named Mezan Chandab escalated tensions within the gang. Mark intervened by issuing a directive to all Comanchero members via text message, asserting his authority and appointing Ali as interim leader until his return. Consequently, Mezan Chandab opted to depart the club, taking 20 members with him, exacerbating the internal discord. The escalating discord and the looming threat of widespread conflict across Sydney prompted proactive measures from law enforcement, including raids on Comanchero members' residences and associates, utilizing legislation related to firearm prohibition orders, empowering police to conduct searches without warrants. Meanwhile, Mark enjoyed the luxurious lifestyle of Dubai, seemingly detached from the turmoil in Australia, but remained actively involved in drug smuggling operations. By 2020, a significant drop in drug prices in Australia significantly impacted Mark's profits from drug smuggling, prompting him to initiate the Commission, akin to tactics used by infamous figures like Lucky Luciano, aiming to establish a mafia-style drug cartel capable of influencing street drug prices, comprising several key players within the Australian drug trade. Mark communicated his intentions via text messages to key individuals, proposing the formation of a Sydney Commission in 2021 to address the erratic drug price fluctuations, citing the example of methamphetamine prices. To stabilize prices and ensure safer transactions, he suggested imposing taxes on major players for their drug imports into the country, promising security measures and price stability in return. Around this time, the New South Wales Police reported an increase in drug prices, though it remains unconfirmed if this was a result of Mark's intervention. Business seemed to improve, indicating a period of stability for Mark. However, trouble found him once again after a 5-year stay in Dubai, where an incident involving an English tourist allegedly slapping Mark's wife Mel led to Mark's abrupt departure from Dubai to Turkey, eventually settling in North Cyprus to evade potential prosecution due to the stringent legal system and lack of extradition treaties. Initially perceived as a sanctuary, Mark's situation shifted drastically on July 9, 2022, as he was apprehended on the island and swiftly extradited to Turkey due to being deemed inconvenient for the peace and security of the region. A statement from the Northern Cyprus Interior Ministry detailed Mark's deportation, but Mark and his lawyer countered, alleging political extortion for money, citing persistent demands for bribes to maintain his freedom. Upon his repatriation to Australia in August 2022, Mark faced immediate arrest on charges related to importing 160 kilograms of cocaine into Melbourne in May 2021, along with conspiracy charges. Each offense carries a maximum life imprisonment sentence, signaling a bleak outlook for Mark's future. Meanwhile, the Gary Allibon case remains unresolved, with the reward for information escalating but no prosecutions as of 2024. As always, your feedback is invaluable. Please take a moment to share your thoughts on today's video in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit the like button. It greatly supports the channel. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.